by some of the animals we'll see today. We're not going to see all of them, but we usually have pretty good luck. If you have any questions at any time, please feel free to ask me. I love answering questions. Just keep in mind that I am all the way up in the front of the truck, and it can get very loud up here. So if you're in the middle or towards the back of the truck, you just have to be loud enough that I can hear you. Now we're going to let the truck in front of us get just a little bit further out there before we head on in ourselves.
Yeah,
You can do it. I believe in you. All right, here we go.
There we go.
We're going to start our journey in the Little Ituri Forest. The animals that live here rely on camouflage to keep them protected from predators, so they blend in very, very well. So again, get those cameras out, keep those eyes open. Now look immediately out there to your right-hand side, way back behind the shrubs. Might see just a little, sit down, honey, sit down. Might see just a little bit of a reddish-brown animal with striped legs. It kind of looks like a zebra, but it's actually the only known relative of the giraffe. That is an okapi.
Yep.
The okapi are very good at hiding. They were only discovered by Westerners in 1901, which is relatively recent. Before that, they were considered to be a mythical creature.
Lisa, it's behind this thing.
Started already, but the main animal that we're looking for in the forest today is the black rhino. With all these watering holes, I've seen them come down this way for a drink. The black rhinos weigh anywhere between 1,000 and 3,000 pounds. They have a horn on their head which grows about 3 to 6 inches a year. Sadly, they are heavily poached for that horn. There's only about 5,000 black rhinos left in the entire world, so sightings are extremely rare. We'll keep our eyes open for those black rhinos. Now, just a second up on the hill over here to your right-hand side, kind of through the shrubs, you're going to see a flash of orange over here to your right. These antelopes are my personal favorites. Yep, the bongos. Both male and female bongos have horns which grow about 3 feet long. Those horns lean backwards to help them run quickly through dense forest areas. See them up there?
Yeah, no
All right, now if you look over here to your left-hand side, all right, we're in luck today. Looks like we found a black rhino taking a nap.
The big one. Come on.
Sleepy. Now, if you take a close look at a black rhino's face, you'll see a pointy upper lip. They use that pointy lip to pull the leaves off of bushes and low-hanging trees. Keep that little fact in mind because I might mention it again later.
Take pictures.
All right, quick show of hands. How many first-timers on safari today? Where are the first-timers at? Excellent. Welcome all my first-timers. Who are the repeat offenders? Who's been here before? All right, welcome back, everybody. We missed you. If you look up on the hill to your left-hand side, in just a second, you see some light tan antelopes. These pretty ladies are the greater kudu, second tallest antelopes in Africa. I can easily tell they're pretty ladies that they're females because they do not have horns. Only the male greater kudu has big spiral horns on top of his head. Alright, we are heading out of the forest now. We're going down towards the Safi River. Safi means clean and fresh in Swahili. It's home to the hippopotamus and lots of other animals, so we'll see what we can find. The hippopotamus are nocturnal, which means they'll spend most of their day resting or sleeping. And they come out onto the banks of the river at night and eat up to 150 pounds of grass.
Oh, that's not it.
Make sure you're keeping your eyes on the surface of the water because hippos can hold their breath for about 5 to 8 minutes at a time. Oh, actually looks like there might be one in the water over here to your right hand side.
Right there, Anderson. He's in the
It'll be over here to your left hand side as well. I also see some up ahead to your left hand side. The hippos are excellent swimmers, but prefer to walk along the bottom of the river. And the large, kind of grayish-white birds we see nesting on that little island, those are pink-backed pelicans. They get their name from the pink tinge to their feathers, which becomes brighter during their mating season.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
A group of those pelicans is called a pod, and a group of hippos is called a bloat, which personally I find hilarious. Now, in a bloat of hippos, there can be up to 100 individuals, mostly females.
Wow, look at that.
That's awesome. Wow. Wow.
Another hippo in the water over there to your left.
Another hippo down there. Look, right there. At the waterfall. In the water, see it?
Yeah.
By the waterfall, on the left one.
Looks like a rock or a giant.
Oh boy. Also over here, to left hand side, there's a lot of crocodile down there.
Look at it. Look,
Down
look.
these little ones on top.
Oh, yeah. Crocodile, look.
These animals have been known to grow 20 feet long, with a weight force of over 2,000 pounds per square inch. Now that is more than enough pressure to crush the bones of any animal that want to eat. Quietly wait by the bank of the river, and animals they roast and snap. They drag down their prey. Crocodiles are ectothermic, which means they're cold-blooded. Regulate their body temperature by laying out in the sun to warm up, so their brain doesn't get too hot. They'll actually open up their mouth and let out some extra heat that way. A group of crocodiles on land is called a bass.
Awesome, huh?
Like basking in the sun, or if they're in water, it's called a float. So there's a float
So
and
cool,
float.
huh?
Just up ahead, you're going to see a kind of funny looking tree. Once you see it, if anybody knows what it's called, feel free to shout out the name. It'll be over to your right, and it starts with a B. It's a... Pretty good guess. It's a baobab tree. The baobab trees can go leafless for up to 9 months out of a year. So that tree is still very much alive. Going leafless helps them to conserve water. They can live for thousands of years and measure nearly 200 feet around the base. And as you go down this hill and you look out, this is one of the best views in the entire reserve. This is the Serengeti grasslands. They stretch for thousands of miles across East Africa. It's a superhighway for millions of migrating animals every year. Home to some of the more famous animals like elephants and lions and giraffes. Now, just a second, if you look immediately over here to your right-hand side, way back at the break in the trees there, you might see just a little bit of a kind of grayish-colored animal. That's one of the white-bearded wildebeest. They're part of one of the largest animal migrations in the world. Hopefully we'll see a few more of them.
Wave at that.
And as you're looking around, the landscape that you see is created by the animals that live here. Imagine that elephants are like big bulldozers. They'll knock down the trees so they can get to the leaves. And this allows the grasslands to spread. Giraffes are like pruning shears, eating the undersides of the trees, which lets in more light and helps that grass to grow. All that grass growing, someone has to mow it down. That's the job of the grazers, like the wildebeest, the antelopes, and the zebras. Munch down all that tasty grass, which allows new shoots to pop up. In a balanced ecosystem, there's plenty of food for everybody. Just up ahead to your left-hand side, let's make this next curve here. Can already see a couple of giraffes. Yay! A group of giraffes is called a tower. And in a tower, you can sometimes find a couple different types. In this tower, I can see Maasai giraffes. They have a jagged, irregular border to the edge of their spots. Now, we're going to see and talk about those giraffes some more in just a moment, but if you look straight out here to your left-hand side, it's actually two different types of antelopes over there. First one, closer, small, kind of a light tan, that is a full-grown springbok. A little bit further back, kind of larger, kind of reddish brown, those are the sable antelopes. Springboks get their name from the kind of springing action they use to get away from predators. Instead of running away, they kind of leap away. It's called trunking. We are going to talk more about these giraffes in just a second. But I want to tell you a little bit about those sable antelopes. Now, the horns of the sable antelope, kind of reddish-brown antelopes that we saw, they can grow 2 to 5 feet long. All right, check out those giraffes. Now, again, a group of giraffes is called a tower, and these are Maasai giraffes. They have that jagged border to their spots. Maasai giraffes can grow anywhere from 15 to 20 feet tall as adults. Stand about 6 feet tall at birth. They use their long legs and their long neck to help them reach the leaves up in trees. But they also have a long tongue. Their tongue is about 18 inches long. They can take that, wrap it around a twig, and completely strip it of all of its leaves. I can see some more animals out there in the distance, so we're going to make our way over there to try and follow those migration patterns. Does anybody have any questions about any of the animals we've seen so far?
That's one of those.
All right, if you think of a question, don't be shy.
Yeah.
If I know the answer, I'm more than happy to share. If I don't know the answer, I will tell you the truth and go, All right, looking way out there to your left-hand side, they'll be on your right-hand side in just a second. See a very large reddish-brown animal has these big cream-colored horns. Now, using that animal guide up above your head, who can tell me what this animal is? Kind of looks like a cow. See it up there? Can you shout it out? Yeah, very good. Kind of looks like a cow because it is a cow. That's one of the Ankole cattle, the only domesticated animals on the reserve. Now, the horns of the Ankole cattle look really heavy. They're actually not that bad. they have kind of a hollow honeycomb structure on the inside. As blood flows through their horns and the air blows around their horns, it acts like a built-in air conditioner. It keeps their body cooler. We're going to see those animals a little bit closer in just a second. Go straight out there to your right-hand side. There's some more of those white-bearded wildebeest. That first animal we saw when we were coming down the hill. The name wildebeest, it literally means a wild beast in Afrikaans. And that's for the fierce look that they have. But they have another name as well, the gnu, spelled G-N-U. That's for low grunting sound they make. Whip it out next time for Wayne Scrabble. Impress your friends! Alright, here's one of those Ankole cattle over there to your right-hand side. And also over here to your right in just a second, you see a very large light tan antelope. This is a Patterson's eland, one of the largest antelopes in the world. A male Patterson eland weighs about 2,000 pounds, and despite that great size, can jump about 8 feet in the air from a standstill. Now, that animal was a female, so imagine that animal, but even bigger. There's also a couple more examples of the baobab tree way out there to your right-hand side. Sometimes elephants or other animals will take jumps out of those trees, kind of poke holes in them. The wood that's on the inside is really wet, so you can either chew on that, or you can just lick the tree itself and get some extra moisture. I've seen another one of those Ankole cattle out there. Giant horns.
Oh yeah, you can see the horn sticking out.
And just to the other side of the large rock up ahead is a really cool area of the reserve called Monkey Point. What do you think lives there? Manatees!
Manatees.
I'm kidding, it's monkeys. Specifically the mandrill monkey, the most colorful monkey in the world. So we're gonna go see if anybody's home. If they aren't home, they're usually out to the left. Just keep those eyes peeled for mandrills. Tell me if you see any. Looking for monkeys, looking for monkeys.
What do you think, Zachary? You like it?
Alright, look up on top of the rock.
Great.
There's some mandrills. Mandrill monkeys have red and blue markings on their face and on their rumps. Red markings more dominant the animal. Female mandrills are about 30 pounds. Male mandrills can get up to 100 pounds. So it's a big difference between the male and female. Ooh, and speaking of big animals, look over there to your right. Oh, right there's an
All right, look
elephant.
at this.
Oh, he's getting fed.
Since we're obviously so close to elephant country, I want to go ahead and ask, does anyone know what the #1 danger to the African elephant is?
Poaching.
Poaching is very close, but unfortunately, it's humans in general. Not only because of the poachers who go after the ivory tusks found on both the male and female African elephant, but it's also because of extreme habitat loss, the lesser known danger. Humans are rapidly moving into the areas where elephants typically live, living themselves, but also mining in the ground for a metal ore known as coltan. If you have a cell phone in your hand right now, or maybe in your pocket, you've got some coltan right there. It's found in the batteries of a lot of electronics like cell phones and laptops. One really easy way that we can help elephants, and it does make a big difference, is by recycling our old electronics instead of throwing them out and leaving them around to collect dust. Alright, now the bridge we're about to cross, never really been a big fan of it because it tends to make a super creepy sound. So, we're gonna go very carefully. Think happy thoughts. Oh, there's the sound of happy thoughts, everybody. Maybe elephants, maybe giraffes, maybe anything. Happy thoughts. Hey, look at that, we made it! Woohoo! I wasn't scared. Now, just that bridge, so let's get out of here. Alright, looks like you made it down to the red clay pit, so it's trying to get us here. Oh, there's tusk marks in the clay. You see this out of sight? That's some elephants scraping that clay up and eating it. Has a lot of minerals. They don't get in their food otherwise. Wait a second. Oh, and look over here to your left. Alright, it looks like we found a herd. Look over here. African elephants live in a matriarch society. That means females in charge. All of the adult females live together in one herd, along with any babies or calves that are still growing up. And males, like the one we saw earlier, once they reach maturity, they go off and live on their own, or in small bachelor groups. Alright, now looks like they're just on the other side of the ridge here, and this is really the only area that we get the local radio station. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that on. I'll get you as close as I can.
Here they are. There's the two over there. 3. Oh yeah, another one.
5.
Yeah.
Move up just a little bit further and then we'll stop for a minute.
这里，请赶快找。可以了吗？好像。
Wow, we're going through the water? Look out. Going through the water. We're driving through the water, huh?
我好热啊！我想下去跳一下，跳一下。你今天要不早咱可以下去一下，好不好？
The pink birds to your left-hand side are the greater flamingo, the tallest but lightest pink of all the flamingo species. They get that pink color from the food that they eat, such as brine shrimp, which contains a lot of beta-carotene. It does take them about a year to get that pink color. They don't start out that way as babies. Does anyone know what color a baby flamingo is? White is very close. They start out gray as babies, but A for effort. We're now entering white rhino territory. Hopefully we'll get to see some of these beautiful animals. The white rhinos, like their smaller cousin the black rhino, are heavily poached for the horn that's on their head. Rhino horns have a very high price on the black market, which means that poachers not only have a lot of incentive, they also have a lot of funding. Have you look over here to your right-hand side, couple of zebra out there. Some further out. These zebras would look very tasty to some lions. Sit down, buddy. Sit down. These zebras would look very tasty to some lions if they were hungry, so they can run about 40 miles per hour to help them get away from predators. Now, were a predator to catch up with a zebra, they can actually kick with enough power in their back legs to shatter the jaw of an attacking lion. And we're going to keep looking for rhinos. That mud puddle over there to your left, that's actually a really good sign there may be some rhinos in the area. Both rhinos and elephants have very sensitive skin to the sun, just like humans. Both animals will use mud or dirt. It's kind of a natural sunblock. In this area, we're also keeping our eyes open for cheetahs. They've frequently been spotted here. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal in the world. They can run over 60 miles per hour, but only for short distances, about a quarter mile, before they're utterly exhausted. They're also the only one of the large cats known to hunt predominantly during the daytime. Use your keen eyesight. Actually, look over here to your left-hand side.
There, see it.
All right,
See
a
it?
couple of cheetahs.
See those?
I'll use their keen eyesight more than anything else.
Laying down. See it?
Look over there to your left-hand side. There's actually two cheetahs out there.
There's another one there.
One of them's laying right in the sunspot, a little easier to see.
Yeah. Was it a baby?
Oh, cool. All right, see a Kopi rock formation up ahead. If we are really lucky, we might see a lion. They'll sometimes hang out on these rocks. It's a good vantage point to look for prey. A group of lions is called a pride. That is correct. I'm so proud of you. And in a pride, there's usually only one male, and the rest of the pride is made of the female lions, a lioness. Lionesses do most of the hunting. They kind of keep the male around to protect the territory while they're busy. The lions, like most cats, big or small, remain inactive for about 20 hours a day, hunting mostly at night. But unlike other cats, when they do hunt, they use teamwork. All right, now just up ahead at your right-hand side already, you can see some white rhinos out there.
There it is. Right there. Look at it.
Look over there to your right-hand side. Oh, the rhino!
Right there.
Oh, look at that one right there. Wow.
And the zebras too.
Well, the name white rhino is actually a misunderstanding of the Afrikaans word white, which means wide. Remember how I said black rhinos have a pointy lip for eating leaves? Well, white rhinos have a wide lip for eating grass all day. Now we're going to swing around this rock here so we can get a little bit closer. I saw at least two white rhinos out there. Oh, but first, I see a warthog up ahead to your left. These are the largest burrowing animals in Africa. They'll dig those deep holes and then back themselves in, keeping their tusks exposed against predators. Oh, there's actually two warthogs out here. There's one snuffling around the dirt and there's one taking a nap. Right up ahead to your right-hand side, lots of white rhinos out here.
Wow, look at this.
Zebras,
Look at this.
montabucks.
Look at this. Look how close we are, though.
I know.
Wow. This is so cool.
Alright, now it is time for us to start heading back towards Harambe Village. I like taking the path over here to the left. It takes us through the Megati Glen. Lots of geysers and waterfalls, so it's a relaxing way to end our adventure together.
We didn't see lion.
See a lion. No. Yeah.
Oh, wow! All right, now look over here to your right-hand side. These antelopes are called the addax. These animals are extremely rare. There's also a couple of yellow-billed stork out here. The addax usually live in the desert. They get all of the moisture they need from the food they eat. If they have to, they can go their entire life, which is about 20 years, without taking a single gulp of water. Have you noticed the beautiful spiral horns on top of their head? Unfortunately, poachers notice those too. There's only an estimated 300 addax surviving in the wild today, and only about 1,000 on protected reserves like this one. I know we are getting really close to a work outpost and civilization. And after all the excitement we've had today, I'm going to go ahead and drop you off there. That'll be the end of our time together, but not the end of the learning, not the end of the fun. Did you have fun?
I know.
Awesome, I love to hear that. If you're interested in more African animal encounters, you can always come back and see us again. No two safaris are quite the same,
What do you guys
even
think?
if you went back to back. I say there's
Huh?
lots of personal experience.
What do you think?
We love to see repeat
Good?
visitors. I also recommend checking out
Good.
the Pangani Forest Exploration Trail.
Yeah, oh, look
It's
at this.
easy, self-guided,
Look at the
and
water.
getting close to a lot of different animals, including gorillas, meerkats, that are very cute. We're supposed to drop you off.
Daddy, there's more trail.
Yeah.
I might
want to go on this again.
Okay. What do you think? Good time?
It's everybody's job,
Okay.
and really everybody's privilege to help protect this beautiful world that we live in and all of the animals that we share it with. So whether it's through education, volunteering, making a donation to a wildlife fund, or something as simple as recycling electronics or turning off lights at home, everybody can help out.
I'm gonna look for her. Come on. Watch, she's gonna grab onto it. That was gonna follow.
Oh, yeah, look.
Oh, my hat, Zach.
Oh, looks like Zachary.
Is that a beautiful little meerkat? Perfect. Correct them with those. Very nice, Miss Explorer. Hey, plus.
Oh yeah, and they also have his medicine.
Page 16 looks like my big brown shoe guys.